Genius supplies.
Game Night! Tonight on Game Night, Nikki, Lincoln, Nick, and myself, Dave, are going to play... Oh my... Oh my God.
You can do it. Do I need to help you?
Foundations of Rome! A game for 1 to 5 players, published by Arcane Wonders, and designed by Emerson Matsuuchi. So, oh my gosh, I'm just going to put this down. Just come see how it plays and if my back is okay.
Hey, Dave.
Hail Caesar, Lincoln.
Hi.
Indeed.
Will you teach us Foundations of Rome?
Sure.
Okay.
Foundations of Rome, we are tasked by Romulus himself to build
Finally.
Rome.
I thought you were going to say Ron Howard himself.
To build Rome up. To build Rome up and make it like this fantastic city. And we have all these crazy, sexy buildings that we're going to put on the board. And basically, we're going to have lots on the board, but we've dealt 6 out. And in fact, let's just do this now. So you have these little markers. You have 8 of them. If you haven't pulled them all out, pull them all out so you know you have 8, because otherwise 2 get hidden behind the buildings.
Are you?
I'm just joking.
And then we dealt these cards out. They just look like this, basically.
I had them all memorized, Nikki P.
Okay.
And just keep your cards separate off to the side in case we need to check for anything later.
So I'm putting these things down on these cards?
Yes.
Okay.
Anywhere you have a thing,
Put it thin.
put
Put a thing.
Anywhere you have a thing,
First
put a
strike.
thing.
Ugh. My placement's so good. I'm so good at this game.
You're
I mean,
gonna
we can do
win?
this, right? It's not too
look
hard.
at my
Oh my
placement,
gosh.
obviously. I chose these cards.
I9. Look at that.
I know what's going on.
Hey, look at this.
I'm all
messing
along
with
the
you.
edge
I'm messing
I'm
with
on
you,
the
Dave. That's
edge.
terrible.
It's crazy.
Of Rome.
Okay. All right. The game is played in 3 eras. Each era has a deck of more deed cards. The decks of cards are going to be every space on the board. In a 4-player game, we are not using these red numbers. So this is the edge of the board.
2 and 3's on the other side.
These don't count.
Okay.
Right. We have determined in advance that I am the start player. So I'm going to get 5 silver. Thank you. Nikki will get 6. Lincoln will get 7. Nick, you'll get 8. These are 3s and 1s.
3s.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh,
I forgot what I was getting.
That's 6.
6. Lincoln will get 7. You'll get 8. And then from the Era 1 deck, Lincoln, go ahead and fill that board with new deeds.
New deeds. Additional deeds.
Ooh, I want that. Ooh, I want that. I want everything.
Well, you can buy that one. It's only 2.
I'm gonna probably. All right. So the game is actually pretty simple because on your turn you're only going to do one of 3 things. All right. You can either buy a new deed card for the silver price above, 2 through 10, and like every other game you've ever played that has a board like this, when you buy a card, the expensive ones slide down to fill in the slot, and the new deck fills in the new side, the high side. All right? We're going to do that until we run out of all of those cards, which is to say, when we buy a card and we can't fill a new card in, we're still going to keep playing until all of these get bought.
Okay.
Once the last card is purchased,
In an era, right?
in an era, correct. Once the last card is purchased in an era, whoever was that person that triggered that end of that era will then go around one more time to whoever that person is, then we'll score.
Okay.
So we're going to score 3 times at the end of era 1, era 2, and era 3. So you can buy a card. The only restriction is that you A, have to have the silver to pay for the card, and B, you have to have a marker available. So if all of your 8 markers are on the board, you cannot buy a card. All right? Because there's no hand. You're just going to buy a card, mark it, and that card's going to basically go in your little discard pile off to the side.
Okay.
And the only reason you have a discard pile is in case one of us accidentally bumps stuff off the board, we can easily track where stuff should have been.
Okay.
Okay. B, you can build or upgrade a building. Building or upgrade a building is exactly what it sounds like. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. In fact, the city supplies us with all the labor and material that we need. And when you build a building, it's going on your colored lots only. And if you have only like a one lot, then you're only building a one building. Or if you have a two-space lot, you can build one of your two-space buildings.
Okay.
All right? So let me talk about the buildings and sort of what they do. The buildings come in three flavors. There's a residential building, which looks like this, okay, and that's going to be good for population. There's a commerce building, which, as you might suspect, is good for commerce, money, getting more money. And then there's a civic building. The civic buildings are basically sort of bonus buildings. They're only going to activate and happen during the scoring rounds, right?
All right.
And I'll explain those when I get to them, but let me just do these others. When you build a building, you're going to take your marker off the board and add it back to your pool. So now you can get more cards. And now that building is on the board. If you have built population on the board, you will immediately up your population on this tracker by however many you have. So this is always going to reflect the population you have on the board. All right? There's an easy way to add up all your stuff on the board, and that's just look at your tray and look where the holes are. Like right now, even though this is over here, I've built these two buildings. So I know I should have one population, and if when it comes to commerce, I have one commerce.
Okay.
All right? And if I built this, it's like, oh, I've got three population. It's so much easier than looking on the board and trying to
You can always
figure
keep
out
track. That's
what
nice.
do I have, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's population. Commerce is just commerce. This is the only one that you instantly move something on the board. Otherwise, commerce, you just build it and nothing happens. And civic, you just build it and nothing happens till scoring.
Okay.
All right. In addition to building, you can upgrade. Let's say I built this building and then later got this plot. I can build this I can build this one commerce building.
Wow, cheating already.
Okay? If I do that, I take these off. This goes here. I get this back. This building goes back. I must decrease my population by one because I took one off the board. This is always a live track of your population on the board. So it can decrease depending on what you do. But I now have this building. If I built this instead, that would increase my population by one, right? 2 minus 1 is 1.
Okay.
But I would get an extra population to the board. So you can upgrade if you want. And it doesn't have to necessarily follow. If I had those three, I could build an elbow here, or if I didn't want to build this two, I could maybe build this two. Or I could build this two and just keep this for later.
Okay.
Okay?
And you don't have to stay with the same color building?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. You can just change any building. The only rule about upgrading, however, is it has to be an upgrade. So when you build over an existing building, it must be a building of a bigger size.
Okay.
So you cannot build the same size or down.
Right. So like
Okay.
that 6 pop here and this 6 pop
You're
are the
just
same
stuck with
size.
them, yeah.
Because they just take 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And see, I've already
I know. That's why you
I9.
keep
It's
your
a good thing I had those
cards.
things. Okay, so you can. So the third thing you can do on your turn is you can just take income. When you take income, you get a flat 5 silver
Okay.
plus whatever commerce silver you have on the board,
Okay.
and that's your entire turn. So we're basically going to keep doing this until the era ends, right? And then we'll finish out the cards, and then we'll take one final turn, and then we'll do end of era scoring. If you would move that deck, because it's all written under the era,
Oh,
and
nice.
it's
Okay.
easily explained there. So the first thing is population, is that correct?
Nope. First thing is commercial buildings.
Okay.
Players gain money equal or silver equal to the value of their buildings on the board. So you don't get the base value of 5. You just get what you've revealed
Correct.
in your trade.
So you're going to just get exactly like you took the take money income, but
Minus 5, yeah.
But you don't get the 5.
A little
Right.
bit of cash.
All right.
Okay.
Then
Correct.
then players gain victory points equal to the values of the revealed on their player boards. So like that has a 2 underneath, a 3 underneath it.
So now all your commerce buildings in addition to getting you a coin, are going to score the victory points underneath them, and you'll see the bigger buildings are worth more victory points.
Right.
All right?
Then we do civic buildings. Players gain victory points for adjacent buildings as shown on the icons of their buildings on the board.
Okay, so
yeah.
let me explain now that we got to the civic buildings. Civic buildings score based on the buildings that they are adjacent to. Adjacent means orthogonal, not diagonal.
Okay.
All right? And it's pretty simple on the thing. This building, for example, is going to score 1 point for the population around them, and it doesn't have to be your building, it can be all players' buildings. So if Nikki built this, and I had this here, then this is going to score me 4 points, because she's got a 4 population, and if there was population on this side, I would score that too. Right?
Right.
So those can be pretty big, depending on what's around you and what's placed. All right? The library is half of that. It's 1 point for every 2 people instead of every 1. All right? This icon, this little building icon, is just building. So this is going to score you 1 point for every building that's adjacent to your building.
Orthogonal.
And the reason, orthogonal. That's why this one's worth more in theory to you, because it can be
You can have more stuff
orthogonal to more buildings, again, depending on how stuff happens. This is similar to the population one, right? It's going to be 1 point for every
Commerce building.
Not commerce building.
Oh, commerce.
The value
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the
that
commerce,
commerce building, yeah.
The value of the commerce building. This is 2 points for the value. And you'll see underneath these, they don't have any extra victory points because these are the victory points. And then finally is these civic buildings that are only worth points if they're adjacent to other civic buildings. Not any building, right? This icon is any building.
Right.
This is civic building. Civics are these gray colored.
Yeah, like light.
What did I say these were? Beige, olive, and
and-
gray. I think
yeah.
that's what the rule book refers to them as.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to do a population victory point bonus. So the population bonus works as follows. Whoever has the highest population, all right, in the first era is going to get
4 points.
an extra 4 points. We're all going to score population if we have population.
If you're on the board, yeah.
But whoever's got the most is going to score 4, and I think the next era is 7, and the last era is 10.
10, yep.
So it goes up. All right, so you're going to score that, plus whoever has the most is going to score their population in victory points. So if let's say it looks like this. Let's say it looks like this right now.
Wow, I suck.
Okay, so I have the most at 8. So I'm going to score my population 8
Plus 4.
plus 4. So that's going to be 12. All right? Everybody else is going to score the population of the person ahead of them on the tracker. So in this case, and ties are friendly. So in this case, blue and purple are going to score 8, because that's where I am.
Right.
You have to be on the track, however, to do it. So you're not on the track, you'll score nothing. But if you had 1 population,
You get
you
6.
would score 6.
Okay.
So that's how population scores. All right? We will then move the start player marker to whoever finished out round 1, the player after them clockwise will be the start player for the next round.
Okay.
So they'll get the start player marker. And then we'll do that for era 2. And then for era 3, we're going to score with 2 changes. There's nothing different. There's just 2 changes. The first change is that the commerce buildings, instead of scoring coins and then victory points based on building, will score victory points for the number of coins and then victory points for the buildings.
Okay.
And then additionally, you will score 1 victory point for every lot marker you have on the board that you didn't develop.
Okay.
Otherwise, everything else scores exactly the same way from all the other rounds. All right?
Easy.
That is the entire game.
Ingenious supplies.
All right, so we reshuffled everything, and now we're going to start.
Okay.
So go ahead and take your cards and mark your stuff.
G9. Got a little pair right there. That's nice. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay.
All right. And from the Era 1 deck, go ahead and put up 6. Well, I'm going to buy G5 for 2.
No, you don't need to do that.
Oh, yes, I do.
No, you don't. You're fine. You can get something else. You're not even right now.
Nope. I like you both. I want to be in on the
I
action.
will shame everyone for taking the cards I want.
I will just do the A4.
Okay.
A4 for 2.
Okay, I'll buy F9.
no,
Sure.
Nikki,
Look at that. It got all the way down to 2.
Lincoln, you don't need to live this life.
Yeah.
You don't need to live that life, Lincoln.
Just taking the card from you.
Both the
Life.
cards, both those cards would be nice, and they're of course, gone by the time I get to them. Absolutely gone.
The ones.
All right, this crap.
That's why you have 8 silvers.
And now I have all this.
You could buy C4 right now.
And I'll
C4
get
Vogel.
C4. No, I'm a pacifist. I'll do A7. A7's fine.
A7? Use up my battleship. Oh yeah, A7 is
Yeah,
good.
A7's fine.
All right, I'm gonna
The beginning game was more expensive.
build this.
Wow.
Done.
Okay.
I only have a coin. Might as well start.
You have 3 coins.
Oh, that's a 3?
That's a 3. Do you wanna
Whatever.
take it
No,
back?
no. Look, D1. Nah, all right. D1, B4. I mean, they're not
great.
They're
yeah.
not great. All position is good, ultimately.
Yeah,
right?
ultimately. Because you can always put out a little one building.
Correct.
Which is nice.
Okay.
Well, you don't know what's going to come up later, and you don't know what's going to be built around you for the civic buildings, but I'm going to start my commerce
Yeah,
train.
that's fine.
I'm going to buy the B4 for 3.
Before what?
I know. that's what
Before
I
now.
B4. What was the you sunk my battleship? Was it B4?
wanted. I don't know.
On the one on the box top.
No, I don't know. Well, I will
H.
buy B1
H4.
since that's pretty helpful to me.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. You got a nice little empire going over there.
By myself.
Hey,
Yeah, man, that's all right.
there's nothing wrong with that.
I guess I could. I'm not a pacifist anymore.
Hey, hey,
Sure.
hey.
No, I'm not a pacifist anymore.
It got
Everything's
cheaper.
fine. Everyone took my
No.
cards, and so I'm taking that card.
Hey.
Hey. You're like what are you like the crabs in Finding Nemo? They're like, hey, hey, hey.
I'll take
Manhattan.
7. I'm going to do things. So 5 plus 1 is 6, right?
Yeah.
I'll take 6. They're small. Thank you. Now, I'll remember these are 3s. I totally forgot.
All
they were
right,
3s.
so I
Actually, a
just
little
get
dash on the back, too.
5,
It's nice.
3, 4, 5.
Show.
Let's start with a commerce building up here, all by its lonesome.
Okay.
Nick.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm doing the exact same thing, but I'll do the exact same thing. Let's go on over here though. Money on the edge of town there.
Nice.
There's a lot of fumes that come out of my pottery studio, so
That's
I gotta,
right. What
gotta
was
put it on the
you
edge.
were called
you know?
ceramics? Is that what you're
Ceramic
saying
studio,
earlier?
yeah.
Ceramics.
I want it to be different.
Got that.
It's
You
higher
built,
end.
right, Lincoln?
Yeah, you know, it sounds fancy. I can
Yeah.
charge more just because of that.
Yeah.
We do ceramics here, okay? We don't do pottery.
We don't do pottery.
I'm going to take 6 more coins, please. That'll be
Look
my
at him
turn.
go.
Thank
All
you.
right, well, I need a thingy bobber.
Boop.
Hey, I can still buy D1.
Thingy buy now.
It's fine, whatever.
I want you on that wall. I need you on that wall.
Okay, what's A9? That's not. Let's be all about that money, honey. Another pottery studio.
All right.
Sorry, a ceramics boutique, we're going to call it.
That's the boutique.
That's
That's the
the boutique.
store.
This is what I sell. This is what I
For
sell.
$4 now, I will take H3.
Okay.
H3.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
See, I saved $2 just by waiting.
G1. Gee whiz.
Gee whiz.
Quiz.
Whiz. Gotta hit those H's.
Those aren't very good. It could maybe work for me, but I don't know. Let's just.
Let's just
There's too. 2 population here.
All right.
Okay. Nikki's on the population board.
I'm gonna get paid. Nick.
Yeah, same thing. So I'm gonna get 5 plus 2 is 7.
Huh. You guys didn't make anything cheaper for me.
Sure didn't.
Nope.
I can't help but note.
We came together.
They made a bunch of stuff cheaper for you earlier.
That's
Yeah.
true, they did. I'll put this out. This one. I'll go up 2 population. Done.
Okay. Well, there it is. I'm gonna buy G1 for 6.
Oof.
Boo!
Just waiting.
Well, she wanted it too, and
I know.
you
Yeah.
Moneybags over there decided not to reduce
did.
the cost
All
for
the
everybody.
money.
I did.
All the money.
I didn't want it.
Okay, I'll buy E6 for 3.
You just got it. What was I looking at?
I think I still did the right thing. As crazy as it sounds.
That sounds crazy.
It's
That's crazy.
Wow. Okay, so E2. Actually, let's do E2. E2's not bad. We'll do
E2 Brutus.
E2 British. I don't know why I went with a Scottish accent for that, but I sure did.
Well, F5, please, for 3.
For 4.
For 4, I mean.
Wow,
Wait,
just openly
D7.
cheating.
Yeah, F5 for 4. Here.
Boop, boop. All right, all the D cards are
Okay,
out.
I'm taking income. 3, 4, 5, 6.
D7 for 3.
You don't
I
have
can't even
thing?
do it.
Nope.
Can't even do it.
I know.
You got to put some buildings out, yeah.
That's fine. I'm gonna take income.
Bold.
I don't know why I'm laughing at that.
I'm glad it did. It made me feel good.
It is funny.
Let's get
building.
some.
The little
I know
Roman pines
they
in
are
it.
they are
the Roman pines in the little.
they are quite
Yeah.
nice. Ooh, gosh, I just don't know. Just none of these cards are like even.
They all have to go before we go to the
Yeah,
next
I know.
era.
They're not anywhere near anything I'm doing. But I'll just do A9. Maybe at some point I can get A8 down there, and if not, I can just put a little one for out there.
Hey,
One for.
A little one. For, you know, AI.
there's an expansion that involves trading.
Oh wow.
Oh.
We're not
Okay.
playing it, but
Oh.
G7 for 3, please.
We're in the Mediterranean. We gotta trade some silk for some stone, you know.
Ooh, there's some stuff there for me. Oh,
Yeah.
you just did that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
I disagree
Well, let's see.
with that move.
I think, well, A3, well, that's a better district. But I will improve A3 with A3,
Okay.
which is 4. 3, 4.
Okay. Well, you got a little
Okay.
little L
I
right
will
there.
Build.
But that's the district to be in.
Yeah,
That's where all the cool people hang out.
Yeah.
I know.
See?
Far
More
Ogle.
people are coming in there.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm also putting stuff down.
He goes up 2 on the purple.
Purple.
2 F1 D7.
Nope.
He collapsed me.
Just do it for me, Nick.
Which one? 2?
It's a dexterity game. We've
Yeah.
seen Dave with cubes and dexterity
Yeah,
games.
it's
so-
not good.
It's about to get worse because I'm gonna put this right.
Hey, another 2. We're all on 2 pop.
Dang. I am going to take 6 coins, please, for my
Sure.
turn. Done.
Okay, fine. I will take coins too.
Hey, I'll finally buy D7. I actually have the thingies to do it.
Hey.
The thingies.
The thing is,
3.
that is their official name
You said
Four.
things.
in Rome.
6.
Both of these are just not that useful for me at all. Let's just pop up. Boom. Get rid of this stack a little bit.
I will spend 3 for I2.
All right, well, I'm buying F1.
All right, so everyone gets
For
one
2.
more turn. Oh, Nick, you got space for 2 L's.
I do.
Oh, man.
2 L's.
2 L's.
What do
What
you
the
think
L?
about
Look at
that?
2 L. That's your rap name, 2 L's.
Well, there's nothing really great for civic buildings yet.
Not a great spot, no.
Yeah. Well, I'll do 2 pop. Right here.
Okay.
All by my lonesome. Was that what I had? I think it was D7. Nikki, yeah.
Was that?
Oh, I
I'm
thought
pretty
you
sure
were
it was
lining
that.
up.
I wish.
Okay.
Let's put a little 1 pop. Blam.
Up again.
Okay. I am going to
I don't know what to do.
upgrade that to this L.
Ooh.
4.
So you're
Okay.
going up by 2?
2.
No,
No,
by
it's a whole
f-
4.
by 4.
Oh, that's right. Because you're... Get rid of your commerce.
All right. I will do that, Dave. Boop.
Sure.
Ooh.
I figured as much.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay, so commerce is first.
Someone gains their income. Yeah.
I have no income and no victory points. Nikki gets a coin. Lincoln,
A coin and 2 victory points.
all right, 2 points for purple.
I'll get 2 coins and 4 victory points.
All right, 4 points. Nice.
Thank you.
Civic buildings, Nikki gets 4 points.
Hey.
Courtesy of me. All right, population. I have the most.
10.
I score 6 plus the bonus is 4 for this round is 10. Red is next and gets 6.
6, yep.
Purple is next and gets 5.
Okay.
And blue gets 4.
Ah.
There we go.
And you triggered that?
Yes, I did.
Lincoln, you are the start player. And put out the Era 2 cards.
There are 2.
Right. They look so different.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You know what? I realize my problem is I keep looking at this like it's Battleship. So when I see B7, I see the B column and I want 7 to be over here
Ah.
instead of down here. That's why I have a hard time finding these
Ah.
cards.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never played Battleship enough to make that distinction.
Ooh. Can I buy 2 cards on my turn?
Nope.
No.
What if I give you 5 real life dollars?
Yes.
Okay, then good.
Sold.
This game's easy.
Sold American.
Okay, I'll take income.
Ooh.
I'll take for $2. I'll take beef.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to last. But B5.
Yeah.
But Nikki, oh, it's
What?
nothing. For 3, I'll take I3. It's a very interesting game. Like, there's almost usually a good card for you. And while everything is essentially good, it's hard sometimes to sort of block somebody if there's a good card for you.
Yeah.
2.
I would have liked that one too.
I'll buy the 1 for 2, D2.
Look at that. It just got all the way down to nothing.
Ooh, I wanted that one too.
This game's fun.
Okay, so now everything's different from what it was when it was my last turn. Okay, so that's again. Oh man. But there's a bunch of cards in front. I was like, oh, all those are great.
Yeah.
And I was just like, nah, not as many are great. Let's take I don't know if it's going to do this. I'm sorry. I was like, I figured you wanted it.
I4.
Well, my thing is, if I can get here, maybe I can get a long
Yeah,
one. If
yeah,
not,
nope.
I know you want it, so I was like, I'm just going to do it regardless.
It's a perfectly good move. It is a perfectly good move. Oh, man, it cost me all my 4. Oh, and I already built the L like a fool. I knew I should have built this straight instead. That's
We
awesome.
gotta get some Tetris Z's, and then we can
Yeah.
really start getting.
I mean, the Wonders actually have
oh, the
interesting
interesting shapes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, for all my money,
All your monies.
F6,
hey, there's a
please.
bunch of stuff in here in weird spots.
F6.
Okay. Man.
okay.
Man.
Man, oh man.
Oh,
Man,
manimal.
man,
Oh,
man.
manimal. Man, oh, man, oh, manimal.
I'm gonna do A2. I don't know
Boo.
if that was the best choice, but
Boo to you.
Boo to you.
I like it. Or rather, don't like it.
Well, I'll buy D6 then, which I didn't really
Sure,
want.
look
Yeah.
at that. It's a bargain. A bargain.
Barging in.
What was it? Let's just drop the last $2. Let's just. I'm not in this area at all. But let's just sidle right in there. Let's just sidle right in there.
That's
I
fantastic.
could drop a civic building or something there.
well, there it is.
That
But
is pretty fantastic.
Just park.
it was
park in it.
it was a horrible choice I had, so it was that one or that one.
I'll take money. I just get $5.
Mwah.
I had no commerce out. I think it's a lot more population than anything.
It's an interesting push-pull, right?
Mm-hmm. But it's cool that you can switch them out with
Right.
each other, so it's like you can kind of focus
Sort
on
of.
different stuff.
It has to grow, though.
To a
That's the
degree,
one-
right,
That's
yeah.
the challenge.
The growth part is what's neat.
Yeah. Well, you only have so many options.
Boop.
Up one pop.
Yep.
It just helps yourself out there.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I will put out this commerce building.
Let's. Let's park this little civic.
Little
right
fella?
here. Little
Yeah.
civic. Little flat top.
So I forgot. I did the thing where I didn't have any things. I didn't have any.
Yeah.
I didn't have any
Oh yeah.
markers.
Yeah.
So I should have built this last turn, and then taken money.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Whatever. I did it.
Yeah. That's.
It's what I did.
Did you do it?
I did it.
I did
It cost
it.
me a coin.
I did
If I
it.
lose by a coin, then so be it.
I am taking money. So 3, 4, 5, and 1.
Tough stuff here.
I'll do D5.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. That had to happen.
I'm gonna swap.
Swippity swap.
The old trip stop trick.
Boop.
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 My pottery studio is not working anymore.
You just moved it over.
It's now an
Yeah,
artisan
it's-
forum.
Now it's an artisan forum. Yeah.
Whatever that means.
I'm getting in the museum business.
I'll take H5. Reminder, the population bonus this round is 7, not 4.
That's right.
From last
It
time.
does go up, and it's 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just mooching off my
Yeah.
money building right there.
Yeah. You're
Yes.
doing so well.
Might
You
have
need
to-
investors.
My ceramics boutique. We'll have you'll just put a sign up in the window.
I'll buy that for 3.
Yeah. I didn't think I was going to get that.
I think I'm gonna do income, so I'm gonna get 5, 6, 7, 8.
Nice.
Thank you.
For 2, I'll take F2. One change.
F2 for 2. Yeah. Would have been okay with that. Okay, so we're out of deeds, huh?
Well, not yet.
We're out of our stack of deeds, I suppose.
Well, I'm spending 2 for the C7.
You're out of your stack of deeds, sir.
You're out of line.
I'm going to take income.
Okay.
Where is... Okay, that's right there. Should I take that? Yeah, let's go ahead. We're going to do 3 for H.
Yeah, I thought you were going to take that one.
Hate district, come back. Yeah.
I'll take income. I get 6 now. Thank you.
Silly.
I'm going to buy B6.
No, don't do that, Nikki. I messed
I
up.
totally am.
No, don't do that.
I was wondering why you didn't.
I didn't see it. I saw it
okay.
earlier, and then I forgot that it
8 for
existed.
3.
All right, Lincoln.
That was going to be my square. My beautiful square. What is my life now?
I don't know. Does it still have meaning?
No, not anymore. Not without B6. Not without B6. I'll do B3.
I'll take E7 for 2.
All right. You will end this round.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, you know,
No,
flag.
no, guy.
Oh, I thought you had a flag.
Here's a coin.
Okay.
We can. Nope, I don't.
Okay.
I will put down this one, I guess. Right? No, not that one. This one.
Yeah, one for every building. Yeah.
Sure, why not?
That's not bad.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to put down 4 population, right? Is that it? The one I wanted. Yeah.
I'm so silly. I didn't buy that B6.
Okay, so 4 pop.
4 blue, right?
Yeah.
I'll buy that E7.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course you will.
It's a big block of
Yeah,
purple.
that's a big old blob of it. Okay, so now we'll go back around to Lincoln.
Yeah.
So I got 1 turn. I want 2 turns though.
You can't have them.
But I want them, Nikki. Swap this building for a bigger population building. Boop.
Goes up 2.
Mm-hmm.
For red, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That makes my turn, I think, easier. I'm just going to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not that great.
Oh, you're right. It's not connected to this.
Oh, I was not talking about you. I was talking about me and my thoughts.
Let me do this.
So thanks for the reminder.
Let me do that. I'll go up 2. Done. 1, 2.
Okay.
Ooh.
4 pop.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Dang. Dang.
My resplendent library.
Your resplendent library?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll do this.
Ooh. Big square.
That's coins, not pop.
Oh, sorry. Ooh. Yeah.
Dang. That's like the financial hub in the middle of the city right there.
Right.
It's basically 8 victory points at the end. 10 victory points at the end of the game, right? Because remember, on the last round, those.
Well, it'd be
buildings-
8, because it's 5 and 3.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't score victory points twice. You're right.
We're going to score it twice.
All
Okay,
right.
that's it.
So, however, starting with commerce, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, what do you get, Link?
I get 6,
Nice.
And how many victory points?
10.
Nice.
Yeah.
17. Nice.
We get 3 coins and 5 points, please.
Okay. I will get 1 coin and 2 points. Thank you.
And I get 1 coin.
All right. Civic buildings. Let's start with Nikki.
Okay.
She gets just 2 for this, right?
2.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, so 2 for that one, and 4 and 1 is 5 for that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
And then I get 1, 2, 3 for that one.
Okay.
1, 2. Look at this. How often are we stacking?
I don't know.
And then I'll get 2 for those ones.
Oh, I should have done you first. I didn't see it.
That's fine.
No, it
At
would
the
have
bottom of the stack, a little bit easier.
been. On the other hand, it just stacks there.
Boom.
All right, Nikki has the most population, so
18.
she gets 18.
33.
33. She's at 11. I get 11, so 16, 26. Red, you get 8 to 25. And Lincoln,
Purple's
you
getting
get 7 to 24. And that's it, right?
Yep.
There are 3.
Okay.
And Lincoln triggered the end, so
Yes, that's going to be me.
Nick, you are the star player.
Okay. So I got
That
5 bucks. Are any of these ones? Oh, gosh. Oh, I should probably put it there just to get in everyone's way.
sure.
Yep, let's be that guy. I already did it over here.
I know. Just
Oh, you are the
Might as
worst.
well.
He
Might
is
as
the
well
worst.
just
You are the
pop
worst.
right in there.
Someone
Look at
had
the
to
little
do
bit of
it.
red in there.
Worst.
Ooh, it looks so good. That district need a little bit of red. You
The
know what I mean?
worst.
Need a little red in there, you know?
The
I was like, I got it. It's just so,
wow.
it's just so
wow
perfect.
is right. I'll take D4 for 3. The worst.
The worst. It's not true.
It's true. It's not true. You're awesome.
It's not true. It's just accurate.
You track your it.
I'm gonna buy C1 for 4. 3, 4.
You don't have to hand it to me. I wanted that one.
C1.
Well, I see 3 for 2.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
wanted that one.
That's a good one.
Yep. I'll buy E1.
Okay, F4 for 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
Micro. Da-da-da-da-dun-dun. Micro.
I'm taking money. 3, 4, 5, and 1.
9 for 3.
Denied, huh?
Put it down there for me. would you?
D9?
Mm-hmm.
I will.
H7.
Again,
Parking, right?
may I add the worst. At least it's near you. At least it's near
That
you.
one makes more sense. I've been hoping for H7 to come up for a while.
You are still
I've
the
been
worst.
waiting all game for it.
I will take money for 6, please. Thank you.
So I'll build a bridge so I can go over.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like
there.
that.
Yeah.
That's
That's
Oh,
the expansion.
That's the galactic strats right
Go
there.
build a bridge trick.
It's the expansion.
I am gonna buy F3 for 4. 3, 4.
F3 for 4.
Wow, you have so many of those lot markers. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to put out stuff,
Yeah.
so I
so you had
had
a
them.
bunch, yeah.
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 C9 for 4.
Okay.
Well, I have $0, which is exactly where
That
you
means
want.
you can't buy out the card I want now.
That's where you want to be. That's true. I can't do it to you. Let's.
I keep wanting to
I
straighten
was
this
just kidding.
building.
I know. That
When I
the
look
angles
at
are-
it,
I
I know, right?
It's like-
That one is
I keep like
driving me crazy a little bit. I'll get $8.
I'm gonna spend 6 for D3.
D3.
Yeah. Going through deeds.
These are weird.
Weird.
They're weird.
Weird. How weird.
I'm taking money.
As am I.
I'll do A8 for
Pretty good one.
D.
I was surprised
Yeah.
it was sat there as long as it did since
I was
Dave might
thinking
want
about
too.
it, but
No, this is. I feel like this is a better move for me.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, surprise.
No, it's smart because those buildings can't change it out, so it's like, oh, well. Okay.
I'll pay 6 for the C8.
No, that's smart. All right, it is.
That's good.
Flags
Yeah.
back. We're gonna. Okay.
Wait, slide
Wait.
that down.
Oh, sorry.
There might be some excitement.
I'm just gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go here. Take this. One of these is gonna pop in there
Yeah.
because that was my
Right.
lot.
Right.
And that's 6.
6 population.
Yeah.
13.
Yep. 6 coins, please. End of turn.
Your turn, Nikki, play.
Yep. Do I want to do that? I'm going to take money.
Money.
Okay. I will put this over in the corner, maybe. Wait. let me
Here
think.
or here?
Yeah, go ahead and put it in the corner.
This one.
Yeah.
4 pop. I-5. It's a great freeway.
Get you home.
It's,
Ha!
I'll do that. I'll do I-5.
Well,
I'll take B9 for 3.
Ooh. Okay. Last 4 cards are out.
okay,
so we're gonna have
4
to go.
for A5. 3, 4.
Yep. Nailed it. You drop a 6er right there?
No. It's
Really?
going to be a surprise.
Oh, okay. You got tiles underneath you. You're like, by the way,
That's another expansion.
these homemade
There's another
tiles.
expansion where you not homemade tiles, but where you,
Secret.
you have like secret objectives.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I will upgrade that 2 to the 4 down there.
Here?
Nope.
This one.
Yep.
Nice.
An extra 6. Oh, it's extra 4 population there.
Yeah.
So 4 more.
Purple for 4.
It's easy to ask. You can just count it in your thing.
Yeah, it is very
Those
nice.
are yours.
Okay. Now, before I forget, I'm going to pop this population thingy. Ugh,
I'm going to pop this. Pop.
right there.
Pop, 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 pop.
Okay. I am going to. I forgot I was going to. Oh, I was going to. Do I care? Do I want to be in this fight?
Do you
I
care?
don't think I do. I'm going to drop this now and see what happens. I don't know that I can fight you guys, so.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
out of it.
So I'm going to do this one and go up 2 because I'm taking a 4 off.
Bam. Conquering that whole edge of the board, Nikki.
Yeah.
Nick and Nikki over there.
It's the apartment
Yeah,
complex.
really though. It's the dorms. Just
Dorms.
I'll do this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Look at that. Look what just happened.
Yeah. Well, see, I was gonna upgrade my thing to the one with every building, but now there's 2 civics around me.
There's 3.
Oh, oh, I could just do that. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let's do this instead. So now there's 3 civics around me, and I'll still be able to score this. I was going to change that to a double, but I think it's actually better for me to do that.
I'll drop that there. Done.
I'm buying the G3.
Ooh.
H4 for 2.
Ah, darn, that's what I was going to do. All right, well, that makes my mind up over what I was going to do, which is nice. I realize I only have 1 more of these little 1 buildings there.
I know, you got them all out. It's pretty great.
Yeah,
Look how much
so-
I have out.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to decide. Let's do this first. Let's go swap this out. Swippy swap. It's going to give you an extra 2 population. Oh my god, Nick, don't do
Why
that.
are you moving all
Don't
everything?
live that life.
This is an earthquake.
Just barging in.
Boom. I'll buy that to the 2.
Okay.
Or do I want? What's better? No.
It's not a real good one.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's why it's just sitting there.
Yeah, that is why it's just sitting there. All right, I'm just going to do this instead.
Yep.
A 2 pop.
Is that 2?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a victory point if you don't spend anything on it, right?
Yeah.
But it does cost you a turn.
Oh, that's right. For our little flags are victory points for each one we have at the end of the game that's still out there. That's good to know. I forgot.
But it costs you a turn, right? It
Yeah,
triggers
it's-
the end of the round.
Put this over here.
Not here?
Yeah.
Nice.
Go there.
Do you have your coin one's worth more? Do you have your coin one?
Is it worth more?
Isn't that? Oh no, that's only 3.
3,
You're
yeah.
right. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The roof covered the 3, and I thought it was an 8 for a second.
Yeah, no. There's no 8s. I wish.
I'm gonna swip swap.
Swip swap.
Boom.
2.
Get 2 more. You should be right. So 10.
I'll buy the last card.
Okay. One last turn.
I don't think it matters, but I get a coin back.
Oh, it matters.
No, coins are just tiebreakers.
Oop.
I will do that one for the Civic one there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Cool.
Then that's me, huh?
Yep.
I guess I'm just gonna. This doesn't matter where I put it because it's gonna be the same amount either way. So we'll just park it right there. Boop.
Done.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, commerce.
Now we're getting-
Nikki,
Yeah.
how much do you need commerce buildings? Yes, you have 1 coin generated, which is 1 victory point for this last
All
round.
right.
Lincoln, how
I
many
get,
coins first?
I get 6 coins
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
and
how many
another
victory
10 for the buildings.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. Nick,
1 coin and then 2 points
2 points.
for my ceramics
And
boutique.
I have 3 coins, 1, 2, 3, and 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, stack.
Boom.
Stack.
Okay, next, civic buildings. Let's just do all of Nikki's.
Okay.
So 2 points per person here is worth 2, right?
Yeah.
1, 2.
Coin.
2 points per coin, so 2,
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I got changed out. I
2.
don't remember what happened there.
1 point for coin, right?
Yeah.
3. 1, 2, 3. And 1 point per person is, right? 4, 5.
6,
1, 2,
7.
Yeah, I
3,
have a 2
4,
here.
7.
Oh, nice. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the roof was blocking it for me. Okay, Lincoln. That's 4, right?
That's not me.
That's
Oh, Lincoln is purple. Thank
Yeah,
you.
2 points.
2 points for the civic building. 1, 2. Purple.
1 for every
Yeah.
2. That's 3.
So
8, 4.
4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4.
This one.
4.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And that is it.
Okay, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
This is
1 for building.
so 4.
Okay. That's 1 for every 2 population. Looks like there's 10 around me.
So 5.
So for civics, that's going to be 6.
No. Oh, yeah, 6. I was going to be 9.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's 1 per coin, so it's 3.
3, yep.
1, 2, 3.
I think that's it.
Yep.
Okay, me.
Hey, you.
You want to start at the bottom?
Half
Okay.
for people here.
5.
So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
4 points for that.
Right. 2
1,
and
2,
2.
3, 4.
Here.
Okay, 1 point per person is 10.
Nice.
And
This one?
2 points per coin, which is 3, 4, 5.
No.
3, 4, 5.
That was 2 points per coin. This is
10.
here too, by the way.
Oh my God. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 14.
Oof.
Hey.
That's
And
it.
this one.
Nope, that one.
Oh.
That's just
4
buildings.
points.
4.
Oof.
Yeah.
Population.
You're gonna beat that.
Hold on. You got 1 point.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I
Red
get
gets
one.
a point.
Red
for having,
gets a point. Purple gets a point, and yellow gets a point. I do not.
Oh, for having the things on
Yeah.
the board.
Very efficient.
Okay, population. Red. You get 17 plus
27.
10 is 27.
So the
10,
one, and then
20,
7.
74.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
Blue.
It's going to be at 17.
Yep. 10, 20
65.
minus 3. Purple gets 12. No, purple gets 15. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I get 12, right?
Well, there you go.
Wow.
Gamegenic. Ingenious supplies.
This game.
It's cool.
I was trying
That's
harder
it,
to
huh?
balance.
Yeah, I didn't play the game I normally play, and I don't really like that. I ended up being pop,
I loved this move.
right?
And I think once you did this, if you had just gone full bore
Income. The problem was
money,
I
you
didn't.
might have done it.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I was in the running for pop for about a minute. But yeah, I actually thought about changing it up.
Yeah.
Because I could have, put in other, like this building could have come down at one point, and I just thought, you know what, I've already pretty much committed to the
Yeah.
population. Because I'm still just getting whoever's in you got the furthest one back on
Right,
that.
but let's
Yeah.
say you committed. Oops, let's say this is purple.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's say you committed to that, and then you placed your
Oh, I wanted to.
Yeah.
purple civic
Yeah.
building here, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And put
Yep.
your 2 there. I mean, I actually thought once you did this, I thought, I wonder if that's what you might consider doing.
Yeah, because that was
right?
a ton of points for
Well,
that.
it was the real reason is at that point in time I couldn't deal with the pop, right?
Right.
There was no way I was catching up. And so this was great, right? They were already ahead of me, and I'm like, well, it'll give me 10 points, plus potentially, the stuff at the end of the game, which
Yeah.
was another 6 points. I was like, if I could do that, but I didn't have like the space to do that kind of stuff. You guys were really aggressively buying deeds, which is cool. It was interesting to see how that worked. And Nikki had like a pretty efficient. Now, she's not she's third, but she had a pretty efficient
Yeah.
buying thing going on there. But Dave and Nick, I think I had a great group of stuff down here.
You had a great.
Yeah.
That's
Really
the thing.
good.
Like that's
right.
why.
I'd already put to really get to these things, I needed 4s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there
Lion,
weren't
too,
4s.
specifically,
I
yeah.
didn't have those 4s except for potentially this,
Yeah.
But yeah, the upgrading thing is really awesome. It's just like it can't be a lateral growth. It has to actually
Yeah. Right.
increase, which is
And
interesting.
with the deeds, too, it's
you
like
can't do that.
You do have to, kind of be ready for stuff like this H7, which I think is H7 right here. I knew there's this whole spot here, which had a bunch of population stuff. So I was like, okay, the second H7 comes out, I basically need to do everything I can to try and get it. And that actually ended up not even putting my best building there. But there are certain spots where I was like, okay, if this comes up, I need to make sure I get it, because if I don't, it's really going to mess some stuff up. And then I was able to kind of just be like, I'm just going to get this and pop right in the middle of all y'all right there. And it did kind of mess
Well,
y'all
that
up,
was
which
some of the goal was to. Some of these things shifted as well because I had been planning to do those types of things, and you would buy the 1, right? And it was like, oh crap, that was going to be a 2 for me
Yeah.
because I was going to do like this building this way. This would be a civic building, and this would be a civic building
Yeah.
if I bought
Well,
that
it's
one.
funny,
But you bought that one. I was like, oh.
At one point, I looked over at you because you had this whole block. And at one point, I looked over at you and I thought, this whole block is sort of a blessing and a curse
Yeah.
because you had so many options. I could see you at one point going, which way do I do this or which way do I do that?
Well, had I just shifted this, it wouldn't have made a big difference, but this would have been a bit better for me, right?
Yeah.
You guys were
Pop
asking me what to
something
do, and I'm not even sure if that was the one, but I had so many,
Yeah.
I really had everything, and I wanted this one. I really wanted this one.
Right.
Because I was going to do something different down there. I really wanted to get these out there, right? I was really, really hoping to do these types of things. But I think I went for the pop thing on that second round thinking I might be able to catch up, and then I think Nick did it twice. Like, he jumped up really far ahead, and
I was really trying to focus on.
Well,
I think
it
Nikki,
doesn't win you the game, though, right? It's
no,
close.
it doesn't. It's
sure is close.
Yeah.
Well, because if people are close
But you
to
sure
me,
had a lot
then-
of these. Well, you didn't
Yeah.
have the big ones.
No,
You
that's
really
the
need to get
thing.
the big ones out.
Yeah.
But even them, right? It's like, this is the one that's the great one. If you can get one of these, like right here, that would have
Yeah.
been much more valuable.
Right.
Yeah.
Because look at that. That'd be these 3 here, and then that'd be 9 points. I mean,
Yeah.
these are really great, and I love these buildings, and I was absolutely trying to do a little bit more of that than I had previously done,
Yeah.
ineffectively anyway. What do you think, Nikki P?
Yeah. I've played this a few times, and I've always enjoyed it, but it's definitely growing on me more. The whole balancing act is really it's not easy. Previous games I leaned very heavily on population, and I kept losing mostly to people with a better civics layout plan.
Yeah.
So in this game I was trying to be a little more civics minded, and I did better than, I'm still third, and I think I'm usually third in the games that I had played before. So me turning to trying to be more civics didn't change
Convert
my
necessarily.
place in
Right.
the finishing order.
Well, tempo's really one thing about this
Yeah.
game. Like, having the money you need when the things
Yeah.
come out. And I did it several times. I'm like, well, I'm just going to take money.
Yeah.
That way I'll be able to buy if something really great comes out. But 10 is a lot, and I
It is
often
a lot.
didn't have
10 is
10. You know
a
what I mean?
lot, yeah.
And
It's
a
that's
lot.
sometimes what you think you should. I played a game of this with some folks at BGG Spring, and oh my gosh, they were going for the big ones, right?
Right.
I mean, I think I ended up coming in second, or no, I was third. I was right behind. A guy and I were at the top of the pops, and I was 1 point behind him. But then one of the guys who did really great job with
Yeah.
the civic buildings was a good 8 to 10 points ahead of us.
Yeah.
Right? So it was pretty impressive because
That-
he was considerably behind. But you use those civic
Yeah.
buildings properly.
That was exactly my game. This game.
Right.
I mean, after we were all clumped in the beginning,
right.
and I thought, and I was ahead in population. I thought, but my round 2 was just nothing.
Well,
And I just went civics crazy in
Yeah,
round
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
But you can't go civics crazy
No.
if people don't give you
Yeah, you have to
and if
Exactly.
they
to do
change
that.
things, that's
yeah,
the other thing.
that's what I'm saying. If these are coins around me, right?
Then
It's a
yeah.
Then
totally
then I
different game, yeah.
lose
Yes.
I lose 8 points because
Yeah.
of that, right? And maybe I don't even place these. Like, I don't know what I place because I already had placed this.
Well, getting into the population game was a mistake.
Well, there-
Earlier, you could tell I was basically. I'm like, I'm not going to get. I thought I could at least be. I thought I would be reversed with Nikki, right?
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to beat you because you actually had more double pairings than I
Yeah.
had available to you at the end of the game.
Well, he did the most nuisance buying,
Yeah, yeah.
in my
so-
opinion, for
Yeah.
lack of a better term. And it,
No, totally
and it-
though. But it's a
and it did okay for you this
yeah.
game, right?
Well, especially because I'm like, if I'm gonna buy this in the middle of all your stuff, you're probably gonna build up around it. So I can probably at the very least drop a civic in the middle there and get something out of that
Yeah.
spot.
Well,
And
that
there's-
was what this was, and I was going to do it for myself.
Yeah,
And I
right?
just did it wrong, right?
Yeah.
But, it would have been. But that's you don't want to do it. You don't want to do all the work.
No, yeah, exactly.
You want to.
like,
you want to get. You
I'm
want
like,
to
oh, I
gain
can
from
have
other
y'all
people's
do
work.
this. Yeah,
If you can.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
interesting because you can kind of like strategically ride people's coattails in a way because it's like say in this situation, if you're just not doing population, as long as you're on the board, if the third place person is up here, you could essentially get a ton of points for essentially nothing because you're getting the population
Right.
of the person above you. You
Right.
could have one, and if everyone else is on 12 and 13, you're getting 13 points for
no
basically
effort.
no
Yeah.
effort
Well,
at
so
all.
when you bought this space, I thought, dang, because my move, if I could have bought that space, was to go down in 2 population, right? For the same points.
Exactly,
your
exactly.
point.
More
And
victory
gain,
points
and
for
gain
that.
money
Yeah.
for the thing.
Which is
Yeah,
kind of
victory
interesting. You can
points,
kind of
yeah.
start tanking your population knowing that you're still on the board and you're going to get a lot of
This
points.
was a
but then-
bummer. This came out last.
It was such a
I know.
I mean,
bad
it's just
spot, right?
I was hoping for Dave's sake it would have come out earlier so that
So
you
you
could
could put
do
a
a
floor
pop
down?
bump. And you had questioned yourself, should I bother with the pop at this point?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and he shouldn't have. You
No.
know.
Yeah, it
didn't.
wasn't worth it. Yeah.
No, I mean,
But I
like,
do think commerce is more powerful than I've even let it on to myself before.
Yeah,
We say Nikki?
totally, because you're getting
Yeah.
3 points at the end of every era, or 2 points at the end of every era, and I think that's something I need to. Because as you see, I only put a bakery out.
Yeah,
and,
It's a great
And
bakery,
I was
though.
doing really good stuff.
It's really good. I mean, really the best in town.
Let's say only you know, right, that you're going to build this foundry. Let's say you know in your heart, like, I didn't know you were going to do that. I almost earlier put a population thing here on the hopes that you were going to make that. In fact, when you ended round 2, I was bummed because I wanted to go after you before era 3 so I could see what you did and react to it. Right? I wanted to have you deal with this first, but because you went first, I'm like, dang it, is he going to put his 4 here or not? And you didn't. So if you know you're going to do this foundry, you could get out.
I know.
If you can get out both of these.
What happened is I changed gears. I wasn't going to catch up and pop. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, let's just start focusing on commerce if I can. I just couldn't get these out there. And, I will say, I really love this game. I think it's beautiful. I think it's way overproduced. I do have sometimes issues with the buildings obscuring things.
It can be hard to see stuff, yeah.
But I do not like this building being right here because I cannot see it. Like, for whatever reason, and I know it's there, it should be like this for me, right? So that this is here,
Right.
and this is here. Because I can't see it. It's like it's not there every time. And ultimately, neither one of these has worked better, but this one is clearer to me.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't know why they chose that, but it's essentially exactly the same, but for whatever reason, I never see it till it's too late.
That's interesting, yeah.
It's such a weird thing.
Well, you could just put it there.
It's a blind spot. I know, but you couldn't put the lid back on it. I have to do it before the game.
Yeah.
And it would conceal the actual values. But yeah,
Right.
it's
That's
funny.
so interesting, though.
It's like, for whatever reason, that seems to make more sense to me, right? I almost feel like they should have done. I don't know.
Well, this is a deluxe version of the game, right?
Well, every
What
version
is the
of the
regular game?
Every version of the game is like this. So it has these trays. It has these
Really?
buildings.
There's no
yes.
version where these are just cardboard chips,
No,
these
and
buildings?
that's
Wow.
I guess there's
Yeah.
not going to be.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
seem like it,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
It is slipped that there will be another Kickstarter with maybe another version of this game. Emerson Matsuuchi has maybe another version of this game. He also has an expansions for this game. There's a bunch in this box. The costs are going to go up, and they said no cardboard, which is a bummer because I feel this game has a lot of potential as just a basic cardboard tile laying game. But I understand. It's going to have. I mean,
is gorgeous.
this was
I mean, yeah.
kickstarted at the beginning of 2020, and everything has changed. And I'm sure
Literally
they
the world,
probably didn't make as much money as
Yeah.
they'd hoped because of things like shipping. But
Yeah.
holy cow, is this thing gorgeous! I mean, it's
Yeah.
really a lot of great stuff going on here.
I will say the entire game, every time I looked at your building, I thought, man, he's getting 8 for that. This 3, because it's obscured by the thing, was
Right.
always an 8.
I want an 8
It
building.
was
I
always
know,
an
right?
8
Like,
in
I'll
my
take it.
mind.
Where's that
Gladly.
8 building?
I know.
I want it.
Oh, wow.
You remember when you said 3 to me at some point in round 3? I don't know if you could see it like in my facial expression, but internally I went, oh man, that's a 3.
Yeah, it's very cool though. I really like the game, but yeah, it can be hard to see when, especially if you're trying to look directly onto the board behind stuff. You really have to kind of get up
I
and
noticed you
over
were
to
getting up
see.
a
Yeah,
couple
because I was
times
just like a couple
because-
times. I'm like, I can't see
Especially
anything.
because you don't even know. Like I didn't realize I actually had one deed, one plot over
Right,
there.
right. You're like,
didn't-
I can put something.
I did one lot over there.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh hey crap, that's there. I think it was this one.
Right.
Or maybe I don't know what it was. It couldn't have been that one. It wasn't mine.
Yeah, I almost wish these
this
were
was
like
over
tall
here,
and
yeah.
like skinny, almost like flags, so you can see them over the buildings.
It's okay. I mean, it really is great looking, and
It's-
it really
yeah.
is. It's
Well, you guys are at a slight disadvantage, right? Because this is on
Closer,
our side,
yeah,
our
closer,
side of the
yeah.
board.
Yeah, no,
and
Yeah.
in a normal table, it would be, you could put
More-
it more in the
more
middle.
central,
The
yeah.
draft thing could be off to the side.
Does it kind of live up or beyond what you had been
Yes,
hearing?
I know. In terms of the gameplay, yeah, because I've been hearing a lot about it, and people have been absolutely raving about it. And so, yeah, I mean, the gameplay itself is really, really good. It can be a bit mean, which is generally not my style of game, but this one I didn't really mind it. The
No,
kind
it
of
seems
like,
friendly mean.
yeah, it's like you're kind of like, I'm just going to go here. It doesn't seem like super personal or anything like that. Yeah, I really liked it. I liked it a lot. It is very overproduced, but I like overproduced games.
Oh, I know.
But
You'll see the box at the intro. It's an IKEA space box.
seriously
right?
though, yeah.
I mean,
but it's cool.
Palax shelf. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. It's a really cool game.
Did anyone, as far as looking ahead for Civic buildings, actually use the color of the buildings to help you?
What do you mean?
Oh, as
Well,
far
for
as, yes,
example,
of course.
these are all residential buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, where does my Civic, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Never
yeah.
even occurred to me until right now.
Oh, okay.
I was just looking at the tags on them, right?
Yeah, I was looking at the tags too.
But it occurs to me you could totally look at the buildings and go, oh,
Yeah.
like just this sea of gray over here means, oh, this would be a good commerce, or oh, this would
Yeah,
be
they
a
are
good
very
residential.
differently shaped too. Like these are all kind of like the more cylindrical. These ones are much more
yeah.
like.
They have
So that's one that's
domes.
nice too. Is like they
Well,
all.
one's a bakery and
Yeah, they
one's a
have-
There's a
foundry.
giant
Yeah.
anvil outside of this
I
place.
know.
It's the foundry.
There's
That
a
makes
couple
I thought that was a
anvils.
gun.
sense. The gods come out here and do that.
There's an
foundry
anvil
work.
on this one too.
Oh,
That's
oh yeah.
I literally thought those were guns.
Guns. They didn't have
It's
guns.
It's the
in
money
Roman
buildings. They
In
need to
Rome.
protect them. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
They're
We weren't
sculptures
around
to
back
show
then. We don't
was
know what
going
they
on.
had.
I wonder what the bakery's got going
They
on.
handed out
there.
shotguns like candy out there. Yeah.
I don't know.
In Roman times, they didn't have shotguns.
You don't know that.
I
You
do
weren't
know
there.
that. I wasn't there, but I know.
I've never seen a picture from Rome.
Okay. Well, I don't
goodness.
think gunpowder was developed till
Slingshot guns?
century and a half ago.
Exactly.
Maybe slingshot guns.
Yeah.
There you go.
What do you think, Dave?
It was okay. I liked it. It was different than I thought it was going to be, which was nice. It looked like it was going to be a little too overly thinky and strategy.
Strategy EE?
And it kind of wasn't, which was, I mean, you had told me ahead of time that it wasn't going to be, and you were 100% right.
Well, we had played this game with James Hudson. He was making the pitch that we should play this game, and we looked at him like, I'm not interested in that one right now, because we had just driven
6 hour
forever to
game.
get down there.
And it looked real intense.
I thought it was going to be a
Yeah.
big game, and he's like, I could teach it in 10 minutes, and we'll be
Yeah.
done in an hour.
Yeah.
And it's not far off. It's actually
Yeah.
pretty
No.
great.
And the upgrade feature is really what makes it. Like,
Oh my gosh, but it's
your
hard though.
Your ability to pivot
Yeah.
and potentially, like, all of a sudden that civic building you thought were you getting points for, you're not getting points for it anymore,
Right.
or you're getting fewer points. That's really cool. And the fact that you must upgrade is also cool, right? Because it makes this plot worth something to me.
Sure.
And it makes it necessarily worth it to you to take it from me in that
Right.
regard. So it's funny. As I said mid-game, there's a case to be made for just every space on the board is worth something to you.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
they
no
mostly
real
are.
bad card. ultimately.
no.
I
not
also
at all.
don't feel you have to have spaces. You do need some. This was great later.
Yeah.
But earlier on, I didn't quite have that, but I was able to. Nobody was really going for it, so I
No.
was like, I had some options. But it is nice to have a little bit of room so that but you want to be able to grow. And if you're building where other people are at, then you have no chance of growth, right? If you only have a 1 or 2 space, so you could maybe go from 1 to. I mean, like if you could do one of these buildings to the 2 buildings, that would be great, right? Because, for example, this population building is 1 for every pop, which would be fantastic over in here, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
Look at that, right? That would be massive.
Yeah,
That would
14.
be 14 points for those.
But I feel like,
Wow.
because I kind of got a cluster of blue here, and I feel like when you're doing that, you're working harder for your
Exactly.
points instead of being able to be mixed in with other
Exactly,
people.
but you still need to have a little tiny bit of chance
Yeah.
of growth. I really had hoped, like, there was a couple of options. I mean, notice I'm barely over here.
Right.
Like, for
Yeah.
whatever reason, I couldn't,
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys all
One of
wanted
the
everything
cards,
over
yeah.
there, so it wasn't really going to happen. And this is the one I thought I really could convert, but nothing really established itself over
Yes.
here, right? There's nothing
It's all small
specifically
stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
it's none of it's big.
Although,
Well,
let's
this
see.
didn't come out till last because I was waiting and waiting for you to decide what you were going to do there, so I could make a better decision.
Yeah, it
on
was
my
just
one
It's
building.
the edge.
You never did.
I'm
like,
you
okay.
bought that. I think you bought that deed from me,
Yeah.
maybe. And there was a couple that you bought that I was bummed about because I was like, that was where I was hoping to be able to do a 2-sized civic building. I didn't even get any of them out because I
Yeah,
just
neither
couldn't
did
make
I.
that happen. And I needed to do it down there with I should have planned. But again, I thought I was in the running potentially for. I didn't want to entirely do it, but I was like, I want to be close.
Yeah.
Like potentially tying. And I thought there might be a chance of that.
Yeah, because if you start investing it at all, it's kind of like, well, you're kind of either got to either completely tank it or like go for it. And it's interesting.
Dave's making the
I know, he's
perfect
making the
I'm,
perfect
score.
I'm just assuming these are all purple. Like when you had this thing, what if you just dumped nothing but civic buildings into this
Yeah, you could probably do that.
area, right? This is getting you 3 points per, and this is getting
Well,
you...
since it wasn't civic, since the pop didn't really,
Right.
I mean, you were not doing it, and clearly it was a good idea. But I just thought, well, I'm in there. I mean, I wasn't
Yeah.
really very far
You
back
weren't
until
that
Nick
far,
went there.
yeah.
I mean, you did within 2 jumps. I think you did that with 2 twos, And I was actually surprised because I thought you might do some of these.
Mm-hmm.
I was really shocked because I thought, well, he's tied with her. And Nikki didn't actually have very many large plot and expansion opportunities. So I thought maybe that's what you would do.
For me, what it was I think when I put down my long one, I got back one of my 2s. And so I did that, and I think I either tied with Nikki or I was like a little bit ahead.
And I think you tied and then you went ahead.
And then I was kind of like, okay, cool. Like I'm at least tied, or at least I'm going to come in second. Great. And then also I looked and I was like, oh, I actually got one of these back. And I was like, oh, I can put this one back onto the board and then pull ahead. And that kind of changed what I was going to do, because I was like,
Well,
oh, now I can actually pull ahead.
right?
Yeah, and that's why I was like, oh, well, I'm definitely going to do that.
huge.
So that's what's cool, is like you can get stuff back and then put it back out onto the board. And that was a part that I was like, oh, a couple times I was like, oh, I now have this building again. I can now put this back out. That's great. And then this spot, I was going to make one of my double civics, but then everyone put civics around it. So I was like, well, then why don't I just leave that one and make it one of my
but if you done this,
civics.
right, if it was enough, it's 3 per civic building, right? It needs to be the right. I mean,
it would have been the same amount of
I've not
points
seen
ultimately.
This get used as like huge, but I've seen it get like 6 points.
Yeah, so this one would have been, I had 3 civics around it, but then this one had money around it, so it actually was more points for me to put the 1 than to change it to the 2 civics.
Sure.
Because I would have lost one of the
It
civics.
is 2 per civic building. I mean, it's only a 1 point gain.
Yeah.
To lose some.
And then I lost 3 points with this, and it
Yes.
would have been the same amount of civic points.
Yeah,
so I was
absolutely.
like, it was just like, okay, I'll just put that 1 there. And that kind of changed, because I was kind of working towards that, but
he's so puzzling
I know
out
he's
of it.
puzzling
civic-
it out.
the empire
He's gonna
over
make
there.
it perfect.
I'm just trying to see, and then you dropped like this.
Good
here.
luck, though. I mean, it was. Again, I'd already put large buildings there in the hopes that I would actually be in the running for pop.
Yeah.
And it wasn't going to happen. So that's
Yeah.
I think that's actually the biggest struggle because like that is a huge building. The 6 square one is huge.
Yeah.
And you can't go any bigger than that.
No,
right?
so
That is the
you're stuck
largest
with it.
building.
Yeah, you can't-
Now, there is, I mean, if we were playing the Wonders,
Yeah.
I could have absolutely exploited that. And I don't know exactly how they work.
Which would be interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got this big blob, and you're like, okay, now I can put this huge
And
thing
they
down
do
there.
some,
Yeah.
like U's and things like
Yeah.
that, which is pretty awesome. There's also, so we played the cooperative version of this game.
That was a cooperative version.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's really interesting because you have to win, you have to beat the AI. And it's not really an AI, but what it is every other round, you flip the card for that, and it will now it'll buy a deed, and as soon as it, what was the deal? How does it?
It preps and then it does it. It
Right.
preps and then it does it.
So it was doing. So then, as soon as 2 were together, I think instead of having buildings, it has tiles.
Yes.
So you have, as soon as you buy the deed, you put a single tile out. So there are these types of scores.
Right.
Basically, there are some that have 2 scoring on each one. But then, as soon as 2 get next to each other, and you're all like, "Oh my, it's going to get that one. We got to try to stop that, right?" But sometimes it isn't worth it. Then it upgrades to a new building, and they're all face down, so you don't know what you're going to get. And it's
interesting.
really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
we were like,
Interesting.
it was very hard. I think we won, but it was not like as dominant a victory as we'd
No.
hoped, because we were like doing better until the end of the game, where it
It kind of
a few
cycled
things-
up, because if it runs out of the 1 spot buildings, it automatically goes
oh yeah,
to the
exactly
2s.
yeah.
So you kind of want to play, like, give it
Well, plus
some
they
of
come
the
back in.
ones
So when the
back.
2s come
Okay.
in,
Yeah, right.
the
So
ones
it's
come
not
back
just
in, and then you
dumping
can
2s
actually
all over
yeah.
the place. It's
interesting.
interesting.
When we played this, it was already released. We didn't back
Yeah.
the Kickstarter,
No.
and we immediately when we were playing, I was talking to Scott. I'm like, "Hey, Scott, we got to try to get this." But I was nervous about playing it because of its potential availability. Right?
Right.
I'm very happy that it's going to be available again,
Yeah, me too.
because I think it's pretty great. And I was mentioning Emerson Matsuuchi, but he also did Century Spice Road, right? And those expansions, right? So the new games.
Yeah.
So he clearly has that kind of like a mind that can evolve those types of. Now I never played Era, which is Matt Leacock's. Has a building like a. It's not city because.
No, it's a roll and write.
Is it a roll and write? Really?
Yeah, it has these kinds of
So it's
3D
the most,
buildings.
it's the most overproduced
Yes,
roll
it
and
is
write?
the most overproduced. No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. It is a roll and
man.
write. That is exactly what it is. You are rolling dice, and then whatever dice and stuff you get, you can put buildings on, but you could also just be writing those buildings in like a roll and write. It's very overproduced. I don't like Era personally. I love Matt Leacock's games generally, but Era did bounce off me hard because there's not much dice mitigation, so you can just get hosed if you roll badly.
Wow.
And I had a couple games in a row where like I rolled horribly, and the people I was playing against rolled really, really well, and I was like, all right, I'm never playing this game again. It was really not fun.
In fairness, how long is the game?
Not too long.
So I mean,
Nah, it was
still not.
No, that one's done. I'm done with that one. It's just
All right.
it was.
Well, it's been forever since I played Big City.
Right.
This is of course the first thing I thought of when we saw it was Acquire.
Board,
Yeah, it looks like that for sure.
But it feels more like a little bit more like Big Boss, where you're trying to get stuff to connect lateral. You can't really grow like a huge corporation like you can in Acquire, but like when you grow a corporation in Big Boss, it's along a line, right? Because it's basically a snake path.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, this is a completely different game, and it is basically a tile laying game, but it's pretty awesome.
Right.
And the whole time I was looking and seeing new details on the buildings because I'm looking at it from the other. This time I was actually looking from the other side, right? Because I'm looking at it normally from this side. I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and you mentioned the cooperative thing. There are all kinds of other like little expansion-y things that are included that you can add. We talked about monuments early. Monuments are like these big, giant victory point buildings that are sort of off to the side, available to everyone. And if you buy one, you put one of these little capper markers.
Yeah, they have little black
to show it
piles.
to you
to indicate this is yours. But they all have certain restrictions to them. So, like, there's a monument. In addition to space restriction, there's one monument, for example, that can only be built on the edge. There's one monument that can only be built if you have already built at least a 3-space building. In other words, there are things you have to
do
before you're allowed to get the monument. There's I told you there's a trading and stealing thing, which sounds, I don't know about that. But trading is just straight up trading, but stealing...
Trading what?
Deeds,
really?
land,
Nice.
plots. I'll give you this plot. And
that's interesting.
2 silver for that, or
Nice.
I'll give you these 2 for those 3, or
Because that's one thing I was like, when we talked about, I'm like, boy, it sure would be nice if you could trade. Like, take something that somebody isn't really great for them. But the thing is these make those other weird small ones potentially great.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's really nothing that somebody maybe should give up.
I'll take the 2 silver card every time.
If they
we'll just figure it out later.
If they already had the small ones out, though, and you just wanted to get that single, maybe they'd trade it for you. I'm intrigued to see how that works.
Possible.
I don't know if you can actually trade buildings. That's what I don't.
Can't imagine.
I don't think you can.
The plots is interesting.
I didn't read any of them in depth. I just sort of browsed them all. The stealing was weird. So stealing, you can't steal any building, but if
Thank you.
I'll take these 2.
Hey,
If
I'm
you
cleaning
have
up.
if you have at least 2 orthogonally to a place I'm on, you can take it from me.
How?
Wow.
You just take it on your turn, but doing so gives me 4 victory points.
Okay.
Okay, at least you get something back.
Yes.
But I'm cool.
Well, that's actually worth more than the single building space if it were still left.
Plus,
but it could be worth more than that.
Plus, you have to get to it, but that makes buying this card interesting now.
Because
Maybe I buy that card and hope that you steal it.
Yeah,
from me.
right.
On the other hand, if I buy this card, I've saved you a turn from buying it
Right.
at the
That's
cost
true.
of 4 points. So,
Okay.
there are cards where there are player rolls that you shuffle and deal out at the beginning.
Oh, nice.
I didn't look at any of them, but I assume they're standard like games that
Yeah.
have player powers. Like, all
Interesting.
your cards cost 1 coin less,
Okay.
or
I'd be interested in
when
that.
building you can blah blah blah. There are cards that have these cards called objective cards. You take 3, you shuffle the objectives and pull out 3. I think there are 9 or 10. I don't know. And you put 1 in each era.
Okay.
And when an objective card comes up, it stays in that slot and can be purchased. And when you buy it, it's your little objective card.
That's interesting.
And it's like a one-time only power thing that you can use, or it's like an endgame thing, whatever, that you can do, but you have to decide if you want to buy it or not, and at the cost of not buying a deed.
Did you find any kind of good optimization down there with civic buildings?
I think this is like 38 points.
Oh my
Something
gosh.
like that.
Easy.
Perfect.
I'll do that
I mean,
next
you
time
had
I
that
play
whole
this game.
chunk,
Yeah.
like
easy.
putting this 3 points per civic and this. These are all your color,
Right.
If you have the 3 points per civic and the 2 points per civic like next to each other, and I don't know that I did it ideally. Maybe this is probably better. And then you just surround these with civics, right? I mean, that's 18 for this one.
I have
alone,
to do
just
that.
right
I have
there.
to do that way earlier and skip out on the
Yeah.
Well,
pops.
in this case, you had what I consider I've not played the game very much. I assume it's rare to have a giant block like that. So you had the giant block where you could have just kept dropping small
Giant
buildings
block.
like
The block.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, thanks for teaching us, Dave.
You're welcome, Lincoln.
And thanks to you for watching. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing to our channel. If you click on the bell, you get notified when we put up new videos. See you next time.
Bye.